Year 6, Miss Dyer here, and I'm going to be guiding you through your maths lessons for this week. This week we are going to be focusing on statistics and looking at different types of graphs and tables. Now, graphs and charts and tables are a great way to help us visualize information and data, and in lots of jobs when you get older and things, you will have to look at graphs and use them to decipher information and things. So this is a really useful skill, not just for now, but for when you get older as well. So our work for today is to read and interpret graphs accurately. Now, accurately means correctly and really carefully, doesn't it? So let's have a look at what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so we've got this graph here. So this is a line graph. Now, line graphs display information which changes over time. Okay, and they are plotted by plotting points on the graph and then joined up by a line, which you can see here in this example. So this is Dan's walking trek. Now, when you get a question and it's looking at a graph, it's always good to have a good look at all the information that you've got. So don't just go straight for the questions. Let's have a look at the information. So on the x-axis, which is the one going horizontal here, it's the time in hours. So 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour. And obviously the little marks in between, they're obviously half an hour, aren't they? So if I pointed there, it'd be 2.5 hours, 4.5 hours. Now on the y-axis going up, going vertical, that's the distance from home in kilometres. Okay, so 1 kilometre, 2 kilometre, etc. going up there. And again, the ones that are halfway between, obviously that's 1.5 kilometres, 3.5 kilometres and things like that. We've got the points plotted on here. Okay, so one's plotted there. You can see where the points are and they've been joined to the line up as well. So let's have a look at the questions then. Number 1, how far did Dan walk before stopping? So let's have a look at this line graph. So I can see if this axis up here, this y-axis is the distance from home, it's going up there, so that's obviously his travelling, isn't it? Because he's moving further away from home. Now, when he gets to here, the line goes horizontal, so he's not actually travelling anywhere. He's not travelling any further, so this means he's stopped. So you can see on this graph, he stops twice. He stops there, and he stops there. The question is, how far did Dan walk before stopping? So for the first time, he stopped there, so I'm going to go across there. He walked 2 kilometres. So I would write 2 kilometres there. The next one, number 2, how long did Dan stop for the first time? So we know he stopped because the graph's not going up, it's just going across, it's just stationary, isn't it? Isn't moving. How long did he stop for? Well, he stopped after 1 hour. He started again after 1.5 hours. So the difference between 1.5 hours and an hour is 30 minutes or half an hour. So he stopped for 30 minutes. Obviously, you can write this a lot quicker. Fill in the information, your mind that's much quicker than I can do it like this. Number 3, at point Z, so point Z up here, Dan starts his walk home. How long did this take him? Right, so he started his walk home here. So to find this point, Z, I would go down to my x-axis, and that's on 3.5 hours. He got home and he stopped there, which is on 5.5 hours. So from 3.5 hours to 5.5 hours is 2 hours. So it took him 2 hours to walk home. That's an hour there. And number 4, at which point did Dan walk the quickest? So we've got to have a look now. So A, he has travelled from 0 to 2 kilometres in 1 hour. So you might write that down. So A is 2 kilometres in 1. I'm going to put 1H to make it quicker. B obviously is not moving around. C, let's have a look at C then. How far did you travel? Well, he started here, so that was on 2 kilometres up to 4. So he's travelled another 2 kilometres. And how long did that take him? or from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours. Again, that's an hour. D, again, it a little rest. And then E, so he travelled, put E. So he travelled 4 kilometres away from his home all the way back to his house. So he travelled 4 kilometres there, didn't it? 4 kilometres away from home back. So he travelled 4 kilometres, and that was in how long was that? So that's 3.5 hours up to 5.5 hours. So in 2 hours. So at which point did Dan walk the quickest? Well, if he's travelled 2 kilometres in 1 hour, 2 kilometres in 1 hour, 4 kilometres in 2 hours, they're all the same. So he's travelled at a constant speed. So you can just put A, C, and E, or you could put he travelled at a constant speed. And the reason that is for is because we simplified 4 kilometres in 2 hours. If we simplified that, it will be 2 kilometres in 1 hour. So he travelled at the same speed at all the points in his journey. So he didn't, it's not as though he hurried up to get home for his dinner. He travelled at the same speed. So you put A, C, and E, or you would write he travelled at the constant speed. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. So this is another example of a line graph. Now this one is looking at temperature. So before we start with the questions, let's have a look at the axes again. So the one horizontal, the x-axis, we've got days of the week there, and the y-axis going vertical is the temperature in degrees Celsius. So let's have a look. What was the temperature on Tuesday? You find Tuesday, you follow the line up until it meets the line graph, so the line or the point, and you go across 26 degrees Celsius. 26 degrees Celsius. Number 2, what was the difference in the temperature between Sunday and Wednesday? So Sunday, go up, Sunday's 25, I might make a little jotting of 25. And Wednesday was, you go up again, you find your line, go across 22. So the difference between 25 and 22 is 3 degrees Celsius. Question 3, what day was the temperature the highest point on the line graph? Well, that's the highest point up there, isn't it? 28 degrees. No other temperatures are the same or get higher than that, and that day, follow it down, is Monday. What day was the temperature the highest? Monday. You might just write Monday. Number 4, between which days was the biggest decrease in temperature? So decrease means when it goes down, so let's have a look. Well, Sunday to Monday, that's an increase, that's going up. So we just need to look at the ones going down. Right, Monday to Tuesday, the line's going down. So it's gone from 28 to 26. So that's a 2 degree decrease. Tuesday to Wednesday, going down again. So that's a decrease. So it's gone from 26 to 22. So that's a 4 degree decrease. Wednesday to Thursday, it's gone from 22 to 19. So that's a 3 degree decrease. Thursday to Friday, that's an increase, and Friday to Saturday, that's an increase. So I don't need to look at those. So between which days was the biggest decrease in temperature? Well, it's here, so it'd be Tuesday to Wednesday. So I'll just put Tuesday to Wednesday. Okay, and that's pretty much it for your lesson today on line graphs. Now I have done the videos a little bit shorter than usual, and that's because I would like you to watch the My Maths videos. So the My Maths lessons are not very long, but they are really important, and they show you a few extra little things as well. There's a few questions for you to do, and you can get them marked straight away for instant feedback. So I've kept the video short today so that you can have a look on the My Maths lesson. So your jobs, My Maths lesson, My Maths homework, keep trying for 100%. And that's all for today, Year 6. Don't forget, you got it.